Good morning, it's Nancy today. I saw a video the other day of See My House. Would you like to see my house? And they took me through the entire house and it was perfect. There was not an item out of place. So this is going to be a response video to that. I'm going to see my house. So we'll come in the door. Maybe I should turn on some lights so you can see things. Okay. Here we go. See my house. Yes, indeed. Do you think I have a little work to do in the kitchen today? This is my food storage. I'm not a hoarder. I'd rather get rid of them all, but they will be useful. That's all food over there. And homemade basket, homemade pot rocks, and this is supposed to be for holding up the laundry baskets. A brand new surface for making chalkboard. Okay, that was the kitchen. Oh, I should show it to you from this side. Flowers, earrings I've made, stained glass on the window. Beautiful sounds here. This is Gregorian chimes, alto. This is from Cyprus, and this is from Nova Scotia. And these are gourds that are going to be, once they're done molding and drying. Can't hear the seeds yet, so it's not dried all the way. And I'll fix it. And look, a kite! Ha ha ha! We should go fly a kite. We'll do that later. After I clean. That was my kitchen. Should I turn this off and start again? Okay, no, I won't. Okay, and this is my dining room. Well, is it a dining room? You see, on this, over here we have balsam fir needles that we're collecting. We have to wait for them to dry and collect them all. And and here we're in the process of making book covers for these wonderful basketry books I've been printing out from the CD. And this needs to be hung up. I'm not sure why it's down here. I just took it down for some reason. And over here we have some tin boxes I was given. And I was going to try and do something with tin. I think they're tin. They might not be. I was going to use this as a put inside of it, and then I was going to use an awl to punch holes through it. Actually, I did make one. Wait a minute, I can't get distracted. Okay, so this is my perfect dining room. And under all that is the aprons I'm supposed to be working on. I'm going to do that soon. I got a new ream of paper. This is papers I'm going to go through and throw away. And some frames I was going to use for putting around paintings. The cats have this. Hats and a mug from everywhere I've been. Baskets. Some are, that's from Germany, that's from not Indonesia, yeah, Indonesia, and that one is a pattern. No, that's from Anchoret. I made that. That's from Connecticut. That's from Germany. I made that. This is from, oh gee, where's that from? Is that from Connecticut too? With the gourds in it and the catching those terrible little fruit flies or flies. That's from the dump, I believe. That's from my mom. I made that one and I made that one. I painted that painting of rocks. Elida painted that one. Virginia painted that one. I made the stained glass, and there's the Savior and my husband. And this is some stuff that was on the wall. I was working on making putting birch bark on the side of a painting. And and there's those mirrors for making the mirrors on the wall, so that from my chair I can see a view out the window. This is where Willem sits. These are my new baskets. My backpack basket and my camera basket. This is all these little birch bark things I've been working on making. Little birch bark baskets. And some birch bark books. And a birch bark container holding other little containers. Is doing embroidery on birch bark. And in here are the supplies for making more of these. What's in this one? Oh, and porcupine quills for making writing on them. Okay, and this is where I sit. There's my scriptures. There's my laptop. This is for lighting the fire. That was all nice and clean the other day. Didn't last. I have my phone here. I've been printing out these books from the CD. This is what I use to transfer all my data from the cards on my movies. The telephone. And of course an awl and some scissors. I'm just going to use the awl for this stuff. Okay, and these were some interesting things I got at the dump. I thought that would be a lovely picture to hang in a tree or to take down to give myself hot chocolate on my walks. Wouldn't that be something? And this was an idea for combining two mixed media, making a basket. See, I could use this. I could take it apart and I could build a basket on a base, like they built the basket on the base here. Either one of those would make a good base. And then this, I was interested in the design. They haven't really used weavers. They've got the upright stakes there, but they have made crosses. Now, wouldn't that be interesting to do that out of this material? Nice earring. So that's an example. So that goes with examples up here. And over here, we have a bear with a lump on top. My bill paying stuff. I paid the bills yesterday. And that brings us over here to the weaving room. We have, of course, Willem's piano. I've been making shelves. You see, I put up this shelf, and I moved all the small books. They were stacked here. And I put a bigger shelf below it. I was going to use that for these books, But then I made this basket. Then I ended up putting the weaving stuff up there. My friend Sue made this. It really deserves a place of honor. There. Ta-da! And I made this basket and this basket. They really should be hung individually. Oh, I didn't show you these other things up in the ceiling on this side. These are the reed baskets I've made, and I'm in the process of making basket bottoms to make it simple for making baskets. If I have the bottoms ready, it's very simple to just finish a basket. And this was another basket that I thought was interesting. See how that's gone sideways? Now this is not really my type of basket at all, but look at this. This is made with some kind of a vine there. Or maybe that's willow that's just been wrapped around. They've got a few willow together, side by side, which are connected not very well. Oh wait, look. They've got a flat piece here that goes down, that comes right down through to the base. See, and they put a foot on it. Anyway, this is another example. I need a place to hang it. I have to go around and look at all my examples. I got another mug. This one is from bullfights in Mexico. I was at a bullfight in Mexico, so I thought I would get that mug to remember that bullfight. This is a fertility goddess. It came from the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It was a gift they gave us as a travel writer. I don't believe in those things, but it's a very interesting thing. It's made out of pottery with beads inside. And isn't this an interesting basket now? They've done a regular basket. Have they made the basket all the way up the side still? See, the inside here is just one flat piece. Like, they've just used one piece and then they've decorated it. I'm not sure how they've decorated it, and then they've trimmed it off. I thought that was an interesting example. And this is wire beneath that. Anyway, another example basket. Should have some example spot to go. We're not making very much progress here in showing you the whole house, are we? Okay, so, and in here we have Willem's piano. And there's a book underneath to keep one of the pedals mechanisms falls. So he's got that shoved in there. And this is his latest Shostakovich. Oh, and this is from Aaron for Christmas. And this is, I bought this in Germany. You light the little candles and it makes everything spin. Well, I guess when that spins, it all goes together. The heat rises and it turns the fan. Then we have the internet stuff. And then here we have this radio, which I thought was going to be awesome and work, which doesn't work. I got it from the Salvation Army. It just works as a clock. From the dump it cometh, to the dump it shall return. And this, I have rolled it forward all the way because I was working on something at the back here. I can't remember what I was doing here. Oh yeah, I was fixing some broken threads. So my diamond work is down there. And I put that to the side because I'd really like to just concentrate on this for a while. This is from Anchoret Sheep. And I've been making these placemats out of wool. And this I made for Elida. But it's been through the mill. This one I made for my dad. Well, I made one for my dad and then I made one for myself at the same time because I had the pattern and I knew how to do it. So I just went ahead and made a second one. He loved wood ducks. And there's the spinning wheel, and this is the spinning wheel stuff. Oh, and this is etched glass. I did this with Abraham years ago, and then I framed it. And that's wood to put down to do the upstairs bedroom. That one piece of wood, I thought I might make a box out of it. I wanted to try that marquetry. So I have all these layers of veneer. I thought I would try and maybe make some of that box. This whole huge piece of wood was that, and that was $15. Actually, I should put another shelf right there so that I can have, you know, do this properly. This is my stained glass place. This is here because of putting up these brackets, and this is a box in which we have wool fleece, so I could make I was working on those mittens, which didn't work out. They're in here. Have to do them again. And over here we have a dresser. This is mostly full of towels now. And I thought, oh, these are my attempt to make liquid soap. It all hardened up. I have to check out the people who I gave some, or who bought some from me, and see what to do about that. And this is a light which is going to go up in the upstairs, in the loft. And this is an interesting basket. Let me show you this. Now, I bought this at Liquidation World, but the thing that intrigued me is the mixed media is that it's a ceramic pot, you know, clay. This is $8.88. Can you imagine the time it would have taken to actually make this? And see, then this has been, the basket has been created around it. I just think that is very interesting, that mixed media. And that is what I'd like to do. That's the sort of thing I like to do with the gourds. Okay, we showed you this room now. Up here we have our books. Some of the books, some of the craft supplies, art supplies, pine needle basket. Music books, some games. I love Balderdash. And these are the craft books that I've been accumulating lately. Elida made that. She's an amazing artist. It deserves a place of honor. Don't know exactly where yet. Okay, and so I did the floor. I have to finish it. It has to go to the edges. It has to be connected here to the edges. Now you've seen it. Are you impressed? So we've now shown you, this is actually, I suppose this is the dining room. This used to be the kitchen. Yes indeed, this is the kitchen, and the kitchen sink was above these taps, you see? I have the hot and cold taps, and I sent them the hot outside, so I have hot water outside. So this was where the kitchen counter was, and the stove was over here at the end. And this was a mud room. So from the dump, see, these were the cupboards from the kitchen. And from the dump I got this counter with the sink. But they don't quite fit. You see? They don't quite fit together. I have to push them like this, but then it leaves a gap here. So not everything is perfect. I mean, I'm sure you thought everything in my world was perfect. Look at this stuff that's been left around. Anyway, so I need a different one of them, I suppose. It's getting charged up. Here is my most wonderful work I've done. I just took it off the loom yesterday. This is a set of 5 dish towels, which I made all of myself. Okay, so that's these rooms. We'll carry on. I'll start another one.